Welcome to the PAC Sports Network halftime show as we're now joined by Washington and Jefferson sophomore forward Alex Acosta. Alex, first off, thanks so much for joining us today. I know things are starting to click for you and the Presidents. What's been working so well for you and your team as of recently?
Well, you probably know that we had a rough patch going there for the beginning of the season and up to the middle of the season. But I feel like the idea of knowing that we still have a chance to make playoffs and turn the season and what people thought was just a disaster into something really special. And I feel like that has just been fueling everyone throughout this second half of the season, really.
Well, we'll definitely get into kind of the tale of two seasons, if you will, all in one that you guys have had. But I want to get into your recent play because you recently were recognized at the national level as the D3Hoops.com Team of the Week. First off, congratulations. What does it mean to be recognized like that at a national level to you?
Thank you, thank you. It really caught me by surprise. I was just sitting in class today and I got the notification. I thought it was really crazy. And it just shows that despite not like playing like to the level I want to be, like playing where I want to be, like or playing where I am right now, has really showed. It's really showed up on the court, and it's really turned people's heads. And it's really cool to see that they're being recognized at a national level like that.
Yeah, you've definitely caught a lot of people's attention. That is for sure. But I want to get into kind of your career and work our way to where you are today. What led you to ultimately wanting to continue your career at the in the PAC and wanting to play at Washington and Jefferson?
I'll be honest with you. Coming out of high school, senior year, I was on the edge of playing basketball in college or not. I was just deciding, if I just want to stay home, go to a bigger school, like down in Georgia, like UGA, like where I'm from, or if I want to go somewhere else and play basketball. And thinking about it, I was like, I've worked this hard a majority of my life playing a sport that I love, and I was like, might as well continue it. And then it was about halfway through my senior season, I went on a visit to W&J, and I just fell in love with the team camaraderie. I love the coaches. I just love the style of play. And I was like, if I'm going to play basketball, this is where I want to do it.
Well, I know that a big calling card to your success has been kind of your physicality as a player down in the post. What's kind of that approach for you when you're going head to head with another team's top post player? I mean, how do you kind of try to one up the opposition using your physicality?
Well, like you said, I'm more of a physical player. I don't think I'm the most skilled player like at all, but I feel like if I can out if I can out physical or if I can be more physical than the team's best player, if I can out rebound them, if I can just work harder and just get to the right spots before they do, I feel like my success is going to generate more than theirs are. So I feel like if I just keep doing my thing down in the post, keep being strong, and it's going to end on a successful note.
Well, I read somewhere that your physicality kind of maybe came back to haunt you a little bit. You lost some teeth in an AAU game back in high school. First off, how did that occur? And then secondly, how does an injury like that not deter you from, kind of what you're used to doing and the way that you're playing?
Well, yeah, it happened going into my senior year. I just caught an elbow going for a rebound and just lost my three front teeth here. And it sucked at first. It kind of like it hurt, of course, and it was just something new to adapt to. But then it came to the point. It's like, well, if I've already lost three teeth, like what's gonna hurt losing more? So it just like it just fuels me to play even harder because like what else do I have to lose at that point, right?
Absolutely. That's a great way of looking at it, and not to mention a good job by you to keep yourself mentally engaged, especially with all that pain. I'm sure that did not feel very good. But I've noticed that you've had an incredible increase in your role from last year to this year. Obviously, like we mentioned, being recognized nationally, but last year kind of a minor role for you, and then this year just completely exploding onto the scene. What did you work on during the off season that you feel has kind of paid off for you during the year?
Well, I worked on finishing around the basket a lot more. I worked on my conditioning because I felt like if I wanted to have a bigger role on a team like this, I'm gonna have to be well conditioned for because if we press all game and we just do a lot of running, so I thought conditioning was a big thing. And I just felt that just improving all aspects of my game, outside if I want to work on the perimeter a little more. Like right now, I'm 6 for 7 from three. I know it's not a lot, but it just shows that I can step out there and I can shoot. And then just worked on all aspects. Really, just wanted to stay strong because I knew it's a physical battle down there.
You bring up the conditioning point, and I'm curious to hear when you first, and obviously I'm sure you put a lot of work into the offseason, but still getting into the fold through the first few games, really. I mean, how exhausted were you at times playing in such a larger role than what you were used to?
It was a big jump because I went from, not many minutes last year to playing, 25 to 30 minutes. And I'm just like, it just showed that I needed to be even more conditioned than I already was. So it showed I needed to get back on the treadmill, get back to running. And it was definitely an adjustment. But right now I'm feeling pretty good.
Well, the conditioning definitely paid off for you earlier this year and really all this season. But earlier this year, 38 points against Bethany. Talk me through a little bit about that performance and just what it felt like for you being able to score that much.
It felt really good. I mean, that's probably the third time I've ever had 30 points in a game in my life. But I can't give credit all to myself. All my teammates they were driving the gap, they're making the right passes. I just happened to be finished on at a really high level that day. So I have to give thanks to them for making the right plays and making the right passes. But overall, scoring 38 in a game is just especially at this level, just it feels amazing. I wish we would have won the game, but can't have everything, I guess.
Well, we'll circle back to kind of that point because, like we mentioned, a tale of two seasons all in one for you guys. Earlier in the year struggled, but things have started to roll for you. Where do you think things kind of started to click for this group and things started to mesh together like the way that they've been over the last few weeks?
That losing streak I feel like it's just a fluke. We really just needed that one. We needed one win to get over the hump, and we just haven't we were just struggling to find that one win. There, like came at Muskingum, we sold a close game. St. Vincent, we sold a close game. But once we got that first win and showed that we can play with the best of them, I feel like that's when everyone started getting their hope and their motivation back in their fight. And once we got that going, it was just all up from there.
Well, we're very excited to see how the rest of the regular season unfolds for you and the Presidents. Again, thanks so much for stopping by today, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's Washington and Jefferson sophomore forward Alex Acosta. Don't go anywhere, as we'll have more action of today's matchup coming up next right here on the PAC Sports Network.